Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Patrick here with the Northwoods Nobodies. Today we're going to take a look at this Palmetto State Armory AR-9. Firearm you see in front of you is one of my buddies who was lucky enough to have not shot it in the over a year that he's owned it. So I stole it and we're doing a review on it. Just kidding. I let him get the first shots out of it and then I stole it for a review. So this is a Palmetto State Armory 8-inch AR-9 and we are going to do a 1,000 round review on it is the end goal. So far we've got about 200 rounds through it and today's video is our initial thoughts and shots on it, and as usual we're going to start and go tip to butt all the way through. Starting off with the tip, the flash hider on this thing is a typical A2 flash hider, so the bottom is enclosed, the top is open for muzzle flash and recoil mitigation as well, not to kick up all the dust and stuff underneath you. The barrel in it is an 8-inch barrel. I do have notes, so I'm going to make sure I get a good thorough review out of this beginning. So it's an 8-inch chrome moly steel barrel with a 1-in-10 twist. This is a gas blowback system, so there is no gas block, no gas tube. It all works off the recoil from the round itself and the energy that creates. The handguard on it is a 7-inch M-LOK lightweight handguard. I did add the Magpul angled foregrip on it afterwards. The handguard itself is actually very nice. I like the fit and feel of it. The angled foregrip just gives me a little extra for my hand to go on, so I did like that as a good little addition to it. You could 100% get away without that on there. I just happen to like it, so we added that to it. And so, as I said, this is an M-LOK, so 3, 6, and 9 are the M-LOK slots, and then it does look like it has a spot in the back for a sling to go into. I haven't tested that out yet. I'll do that next time we go to the range. Moving back from there, we are on the upper receiver, which is a Billet 6061 T6 slick side receiver. The slick side receiver is important because, like I said, this is a Palmetto State. I personally have an AR-9 from Andro Corp that's a 5.5 inch. And as you can see on mine, I have a forward assist, brass deflector, and a dust cover. This one does not have that. So this is your typical AR upper. This is a slick side receiver. Something to note, this one doesn't have all the accoutrement that the Andro Corp one does. Full pick rail on the handguard on the top of the receiver. It does have a typical mil-spec charging handle, nothing too crazy there. The bolt carrier in it does not have last round hold open. My Andro doesn't have it either. You can, using the AR controls, you can lock the bolt back, but it will not stay open on an empty mag. So just something to be aware of there. And then the bolt carrier in this thing is a Gen 4 hybrid nitride treated 8620 steel bolt. I have no idea what the other 3 generations are like, but I can tell you that this one is a Gen 4, and so far so good. It is compatible with most aftermarket fire control groups, which is good. So my experience in AR-9s is literally my Andro and then this thing, and the occasional one that I've shot at a range day, so I haven't really torn them apart and done too much work on the guts of them. This one has a mil-spec trigger in it. Mine has a mil-spec as well. They've both been just fine. But it is good to know they have compatibility for a bunch of them there. Moving down to the lower receiver, it's a 7075 T6 aluminum receiver that's forged. It's a typical, AR style lower. This one just happens to be an AR-9, and I know you were curious about it. It does take Glock mags. So Glock 17 rounder, 24 round Glock mag, which I love the look of that. I feel like it's the kind of the best overall aesthetic look to it, a little bit of a vibe. And then I have these MN2 big stick mags, which is always fun. And as a side note, if you're looking for a big stick mag, these MN2s are awesome. They're like 15 bucks or less. And these ones are large capacity. And they've been very good. I have a pair of them. I've shot them with this one. I've shot them with mine. I've shot them with some of my Glocks. These things work very well, very awesome. I had no issues there. So why not have a lower that can take the most common mag on the world probably, which is a Glock mag. So all those are good to go there. Controls on it is typical, AR controls. Both hold open, your safety. It's all designed for right-hand shooters. It is not ambidextrous. The only thing that is on the right-hand side is the mag release, and it's nice and big and a good paddle. It works very well to get the mags in and out. Moving down, you can see that the trigger guard on it is oversized, so that's nice for colder climates. You're wearing gloves. It does have a Magpul hard plastic. It's not a rubberized one, just a hard plastic grip. The trigger in it is a single stage mil spec, and it's a pretty nice light trigger. So it's 2-3 inches of play before it goes. So I'm gonna show you. Be warned. No, it's got just a little bit of creep to it. So as you'll see here, it goes off pretty easy. But you can see there's a little bit of creep, just a little bit of pressure, and it breaks. So it's only a couple of millimeters before it goes. The reset is very tactile, very easy, very, you can feel it in the trigger. And then same thing, a couple of millimeters down. It's a very nice trigger, actually. I've enjoyed it. I did take it out, probably the second time I had it out, I went to the 100-yard range at a range that we were at, supported it on my backpack before I had the foregrip on there, and I was doing double taps at 100 yards with this red dot on here and our 12x20 shootsteel.com targets. So nice metal silhouette targets. When I did my job as a shooter, easy to get double taps at 100. Ting, 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 constant. Moving back then, it is 6-position buffer tube, SBA 3 brace. SBA 3 brace does have mounts for your sling there, which obviously I think these are sling mounts as well in the handguard, so you should be able to use a 2-point sling on it. And then I believe, yep, the castle nut is double staked. That seems to be something PSA is doing a lot of their stuff now, so double staked castle nut. Yeah, that is kind of my specs and features, tip to butt on this bad boy. Non-blemish price is $769.99 at time of filming. I believe the blems are like 50 or 70 bucks cheaper. So between $700 and $800 is what you're gonna pay for it. The red dot on top of it is a Riton, whatever the hell, Riton.
Riton, it sounds French.
It is a 1 Tactics ARD. It's something my buddy put on there. I've wanted to try some of their stuff for a while. This seems like a good one to get into it with. We'll do a review on that upon completion of the review of the firearm. So 200 rounds in, we're doing 1,000 rounds total on the AR-9. This will be the optic that stays on it the entire time, and we'll do a review on that as well once we're all done with that. Shooting experience on it so far is very nice. I like the 8-inch barrel quite a bit. I have kind of gone back and forth on building one of these for my other half, and mine is a 5.5. So you can see, 3 inches makes a difference. I like my 5.5 quite a bit. It's been a very nice little setup for me. It's an Aero EPC lower, AndroCorp 5.5-inch upper. 9mm is basically double the grainage of a 5.56 round. So 55 or 62 grain versus 115, 124 grain. The extra couple inches on this 8 really makes a difference, I feel like.
That's what she said.
I would like to get an 11-inch at some point and try that for a comparison, but I really like the 8-inch. And not that the recoil is bad, but it really seems to kind of tame it down, and just with the extra barrel, it gives it time to burn off the gases and kind of mitigate the recoil a little bit more. So it's a very nice, very consistent recoil, and I like it a little bit more than my little 5.5. So far, I really like the 8-inch. I wish they had last round bolt hold open. Good Lord. I wish they had that. They don't. That's about my biggest gripe on it so far. So the handguard was nice before the angled foregrip. I just like that. It gives me a little extra grip onto. Trigger is nice. Overall, it's been a very pleasant experience so far. So if you have a Palmetto State AR-9, drop that in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of it, what you like about it. If there's something you don't like, any issues you've had, drop that in the comments down below. Let me know what you think there. If you want to see the 1,000-round review, hit the subscribe button. Stick around for that in the coming months. That's kind of what I have for you today. The initial thoughts and shots so far. It's been a very, it's been a very pleasant, very good shooting experience so far, and I look forward to doing the rest of the 800 rounds to get this thing to 1,000. Yeah, that's what I got for you today. So thanks so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Drop in the comments down below if you got one of these bad boys, what you think of it, or if you have something other experience with AR-9s. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.